be honest, tripods, certainly not a purchase that we all can't wait to spend our hard-earned money on, but they are kind of essential. And a little while ago, I bought a really affordable carbon fibre travel tripod from Amazon. It's been amazing, hasn't it, Pepper? Yes, it's been great. And that is what we're talking about today. So let's get into it. Hi friends, Will here. If you're new here, I talk about cameras, filmmaking, photography, my general journey as I learn filmmaking and photography. So think about subscribing if you're not already. As I said in the intro, I want to talk tripods today, which is a subject I've thought about in the past and just never really talked about because, let's be honest, they're a bit boring. However, they are totally essential, and I came across a Amazon Basics carbon fibre tripod for £60, and I bought it about a year ago now, and it never fails to amaze me actually for what it is. I just think it's a great product, so I'm going to show you that. Firstly, this is my main tripod that I use, and this is a Manfrotto tripod. I don't even know, is it a Manfrotto 190CL? You can't buy this anymore, it's ancient. My dad had a spare one. This is my main tripod which I use for commercial work, you know, filming videos and stuff like that. It's aluminium and it weighs probably 3.5 kilograms. It's not the lightest of things. It is great, but it's not very portable. So this, I still use this tripod, it's great. I wanted a second tripod that I could take with me if I was going to do some photography that's just really light, travel friendly, and I also needed a second tripod for when I was doing like interviews. I needed like to have a second tripod for like a second camera angle. I wanted something light, so I was looking at the carbon fibre ones, looking at the travel ones, and I came across the Manfrotto Elements. I'll put a link in the description to that and the other stuff that I'm talking about. And that was like £160 when I was looking at it, and it weighs just over a kilogram, and looked great. A lot of money though, innit? I can't. It's just, yeah, £150. I wasn't sure. Then I found this. This tiny little packet is the Amazon Basics carbon fibre tripod. Now, I must be honest with you, it looks very similar to the Manfrotto offering, but this is £60 and it comes in this lovely little bag, and you can see just the comparison to the size of this normal tripod, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not comparing these two tripods, that's not really fair. This is a very sturdy, solid tripod, great for video work, great for time-lapse, good in windy environments, all that sort of stuff. It's got some weight to it, but I just wanted to compare it from a size point of view. Let's just get this out quickly. Oops! Right, so this is the Amazon Basics carbon fibre tripod. It goes to 57 inches tall, so it's not like really tall. Like if you were trying to use it for video and you wanted to like talk to camera, it's not quite tall enough for that. But for like landscape photography when you're out and about, or a tabletop tripod, generally it's been tall enough for most of the use cases I've needed it for. And this weighs, again, just over a kilogram. It's actually lighter than the Manfrotto one by only 100 grams or 200 grams, but it is lighter. So yeah, 1 kilogram. And my first thought when I bought it was, it's probably going to be rubbish. But actually, a year down the line, I quite often reach for this over my larger Manfrotto tripod just because it's so light and convenient. It's a great little companion whenever I want to go out and do some photography particularly. It's just great to have, and I can hook it on the side of my bag or even put it in my bag. There are cheaper alternatives, of course, on Amazon. You don't have to look that far to find cheaper tripods, but I have seen some tripods from Amazon that are truly awful, and I wasn't expecting much from this, but I have to say, it's the usability of a tripod, isn't it? It doesn't have to do much. but the things it needs to do well, and I think this really does. So let me just show you this, right? It kind of flips over. It's got the carbon fibre tubes, and then it is mainly plastic, all right? So full disclosure. So whether it will last, you know, that long, I don't know. That's it there. And what I tend to do is you drop the centre stick down like so. It's got these really nice rubberized sort of locks instead of having like clips or screws for extending and detracting the legs. Then it's got the plastic brackets, which occasionally these Allen keys do loosen. I've had to tighten them up a few times, but I mean, it's a minor complaint. It's not that big a deal. What I really enjoy about it is that you can go low. So you can unpop these legs and you can lay the tripod nearly flat on the ground, and then you bring this center piece back up again. There, like so. Yeah, so you can get really low to the ground, and when you do that, it's incredibly stable. My table, on the other hand, is not particularly stable, but the tripod is incredibly stable. It makes it quite versatile, and you can pop these to different heights like so, and that tends to be how I use it, like this, quite wide splayed legs. And I find a wall or something to use it on, and then I use it like that. One thing to mention about the tripod, the reason I started looking at the Manfrotto tripods is because I've already got the Manfrotto tripod, and that means my cameras all have the Manfrotto quick release plates. I actually had a spare Manfrotto ball head which I've put onto this tripod, which means it fits and works incredibly well. The tripod does come with a ball head. Yeah, it's a really simple ball head. My only complaint about the ball head that comes with it is that it's not a Manfrotto base plate, which means you have to mess around. If you do have a preferred base plate, then you have to play around with it. But actually you can also buy just the quick release plates, the Manfrotto quick release plates, which means you could modify the ball joint that comes with this tripod so that it accepts a Manfrotto base plate without replacing the entire ball head. I had a ball head anyway from a slider that I used to use, and so that works incredibly well for me. What else can I tell you about this? Not great at height. If you are looking for a tripod to really maximize the height that you can get from it, then you might not want to consider this one, just because it's really light because of the carbon fibre nature of it, which means that once it gets up tall, it's not quite as stable as a heavier tripod would be. Yeah, on the base of the tripod, it does have a hook here so that you can hang your camera bag on there to give it a bit of extra weight. But I don't know, if it was really important, like if I was doing a time lapse, a long exposure time lapse, then I would still prefer my heavy tripod. Another thing about this is, in order to keep the weight down, this is the thinnest of the legs, the small end, which you can see is thinner than my index finger, which, yeah, I think that's where it starts to fall down. So I tend to really only use the one before, so I don't ever really put it to its maximum height, just because that's when it starts to get unstable. But I must say, for my use cases, this has been a great travel tripod. Generally, if I'm out and about and I want to do a photo, then I will plan the shot around what I'm capable of doing. So that is that. Quite a boring video, I know, but a really great product. Amazon Basics carbon fibre tripod, £60 for a travel tripod that weighs a kilogram and is actually good to use. Apart from that little thing that I've said, these nuts and bolts here, the Allen joints in the legs, occasionally they loosen off and you just tweak them with an Allen key to tighten them up. Other than that, I found this a joy to use. The actual turny style quick release tightening for the legs, really nice, easy to use, easy to clean, light to carry. What more could you want? What more? Tell me what more you could want from a travel tripod in the comments down below. So yes, I will put a link to this tripod down below in the video description. Let me know what you think. If you have a different travel tripod solution that you think is better than this and just as cost effective, then I'd love to hear. Other than that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It's always great. I do appreciate thumbs up every time. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you next time.